A giant space rock from another star system is flying by and it is moving at breakneck speed. We're talking 200,000 miles per hour.
The alert went out just after midnight. Telescopes across the globe swiveled to a single point in the darkness. 3I Atlas, the third known interstellar visitor, had just expanded again, doubling in brightness in a matter of hours. This wasn't the first time. For weeks, this object has been behaving like nothing we've ever seen, shedding layers and changing its form. You see, this isn't a simple rock or a chunk of ice. The thing nobody tells you is that some astronomers secretly fear it's something else entirely, something that is deliberately reconfiguring itself as it gets closer. Something's wrong with Atlas. In the cold, quiet darkness of space, our solar system has a new visitor. It's only the third interstellar object humanity has ever detected, a traveler that has journeyed for millions, maybe billions of years from a star system we can only dream of. Scientists at the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, or ATLAS in Hawaii, were the first to spot it. They named it 3I Atlas. This was a huge deal, of course, but it looked like an interstellar comet, a dirty snowball kicked out of its home system and sent on an endless voyage. It was faint, moving at an incredible speed of over 100,000 miles per hour and on a trajectory that confirmed it came from far, far away. For a few weeks, astronomers around the world tracked it, calculated its path, and prepared to study a pristine relic from another corner of the galaxy. They thought they knew what to expect. The first sign that something was off came without warning. Over a 48-hour period, 3I Atlas suddenly became 10 times brighter. The immediate conclusion was exciting. It was outgassing. As the object got closer to our sun, its ice was supposedly turning to gas, creating a glowing cloud or coma around it, just like a normal comet. The second interstellar object, 2I Borisov, was a comet, but the first one, the legendary Oumuamua, was just a bizarre, inert rock that tumbled weirdly and gave us no clues. Many people are crazy about Oumuamua, thinking it was an alien probe, but 3I Atlas seemed to be the real deal, a gassy, active comet that could tell us about the chemistry of another solar system. When the James Webb Space Telescope got a closer look, the data sent a shockwave through the astronomical community. There was no coma. There was hardly any water vapor or gas. The object wasn't surrounded by a cloud. It was surrounded by pieces, big ones. It hadn't just puffed up, it had fractured. What many overlooked in the initial excitement was the way it was breaking apart. It wasn't a chaotic explosion. It was a clean, almost organized separation of large fragments. The core object remained, but now it had company. And then it stabilized, dimming back down as the freshly exposed surfaces lost their initial sheen. The scientific community breathed a sigh of relief, labeling it a fragile comet nucleus that just couldn't handle the sun's gentle warmth. The thing nobody tells you is that was just the beginning. What followed next is what's making astronomers question everything. A few weeks later, it happened again. Another sudden brightening, this time even more intense. But this time the original object seemed to change shape. High-resolution images, pushed to their absolute limit, hinted that the object was becoming more elongated, more symmetrical than before. It was as if each burst was a planned event, a phase in a larger transformation. This visitor wasn't dying, it seemed to be evolving. When you see something in space that behaves contrary to all known laws of physics, fear is a rational response. We are watching a cosmic magic trick with no magician in sight, but the worst part, the object is still getting bigger. What is Atlas made of? So what is going on with 3I Atlas? To understand why scientists are so unnerved, you have to understand what it's not doing. When a typical comet approaches the sun, it heats up and the ice beneath its surface sublimates. This gas blows dust and rock off the surface, creating that beautiful fuzzy coma and iconic tail. Sometimes a comet can break apart, but it's usually a messy, catastrophic event. Think of Comet C2019Y4, Atlas, a different object discovered by the same survey, which was hyped as the next great naked eye comet before it completely disintegrated into a cloud of dust in 2020. That's what a dying comet looks like. It's a chaotic, dusty mess. 3I Atlas is the exact opposite. Its expansions are clean. Instead, it's shedding large, solid chunks, almost like it's shrugging off a coat. The most shocking fact is what the pieces are doing. Instead of tumbling away randomly, they are moving in a strangely coherent pattern. Spectrographic analysis of these fragments brought another bombshell. They're composed of a lightweight, highly reflective material rich in metallic silicates and an unknown organic compound that absorbs rather than reflects certain light frequencies. This composition is bizarre. It's not like any asteroid we've seen, which are typically dense rock or metal. And it's definitely not like a comet, which is mostly ice and dust. The material is strong enough to hold together in massive sheets, yet light enough that the sun's radiation pressure is gently pushing the fragments away from the main body. You see, this explains the brightening. When a new piece shears off, it exposes a fresh, super reflective surface to the sun, causing the object's brightness to spike before it dulls over time. What could possibly cause this? One of the leading theories is that 3I Atlas is a cosmic shard from a shattered exoplanet, a piece of a world that was destroyed long ago. Perhaps it's a fragment of a planet's crust with a layered geology we can't comprehend. That would explain the strange materials, but it doesn't explain the clean, repeating nature of the expansions. Natural processes are messy, they are chaotic. 3I Atlas is methodical. Its behavior has a rhythm, a pattern that doesn't fit with the random violence of space. Its rotation is stabilizing with each expansion, not getting more erratic. This has led to a much more controversial idea, one that most astronomers will only discuss behind closed doors. The object could be artificial. Is something inside? Let's step into the wild side, because that's where the evidence is pushing us. If 3I Atlas isn't a natural object, what is it? The idea of an alien spaceship is what everyone jumps to, but the reality could be far stranger and, in a way, more profound. Many astronomers are now entertaining the possibility that the object is hollow, or at the very least that it's not a solid uniform body. A leading hypothesis is that we are looking at something like an interstellar dandelion seed, a lightweight layered object designed to travel between stars, propelled by the faint pressure of starlight itself. This concept, known as a solar sail, has been proposed by scientists for our own interstellar probes. If 3I Atlas is a multi-layered sail, then the expansions might not be damage at all. They could be a braking mechanism. As it enters our solar system, it could be shedding layers to slow down and adjust its course. This would explain the clean separation, the lack of debris, and the strange lightweight material. It would also be a technology so far beyond our own that it would seem like magic. The thing nobody tells you is that with each layer that comes off, the central object's trajectory has been making tiny, almost immeasurable course corrections. Some think it might be trying to settle into a stable orbit in our solar system. The implications of that are, to put it mildly, universe-altering. While the official narrative grapples with probes and solar sails, there's another, darker possibility being whispered in secured channels. What if the object isn't a piece of technology but a vessel? And what if the outer layers we've observed breaking away aren't panels but a chrysalis, a cosmic cocoon that has traveled for untold millennia across the void? The organic compounds detected on the jettisoned fragments are far too complex for random interstellar formation. This has led some scientists to speculate that the object is a panspermia craft, a meticulously designed ark intended to seed new solar systems with a predetermined biological matrix. The degrading outer shell wouldn't be a failure, but a masterfully programmed final stage designed to protect its precious cargo from the radiation-soaked emptiness of space for millions of years, only to slough away upon reaching a habitable zone. Now that it has arrived in a welcoming, warm solar system, our solar system, it could be following its final directive, to release its contents into a fertile new environment. From this perspective, the object isn't morphing or breaking down, it would be hatching. The energy fluctuations and structural changes are not its death throes, but the stirrings of its birth. The most shocking fact is that we have absolutely no way to know if what's inside would be a gift of life, a new genesis for our world, or a biological plague far more dangerous than anything we could conceive. We are simply spectators to an event that could change our world and the very definition of life on it forever. What they are beginning to see underneath is horrifying. The true purpose. So what is the endgame for 3I Atlas? Is this all leading somewhere? As the outer layers continue to peel away, telescopes have started to get a clearer picture of what's underneath, and it's not a simple, solid core. The latest observations suggest the central body is not one object, but a complex cluster of smaller, geometrically arranged objects. People watching this are looking for a mystery, and they've found one that's bigger than anyone could have imagined. Did this thing arrive as one and is now becoming many? The thing is, we might be missing the key detail. This entire process could be automated, a machine carrying out its ancient programming upon arriving at a new star. The transformation may have nothing to do with us. It might just be what this object does. But when it's happening in your own backyard, you can't help but wonder about the purpose. Are they going to head for Earth, Mars, or the gas giants? They are currently inert, just tumbling along with the original object. But what if the final expansion is the one that activates them? We've gone from studying a weird comet to potentially witnessing the deployment of an alien reconnaissance mission. And this brings us back to the fear. The primal, deep-seated fear of the unknown. For all of human history, we have looked up at the stars and felt a sense of profound wonder, but also a sense of safety in their vast, silent distances. The cosmos was a beautiful, predictable painting on the ceiling of our world. That comforting distance is now gone, shattered forever. The universe in all its unpredictable strangeness has come knocking at our door. The interstellar object designated 3I Atlas has shown us that our neat little categories of comet and asteroid are hopelessly, almost laughably inadequate. These were local terms for local phenomena, and we foolishly thought they applied everywhere. This visitor is a messenger from the void, a relic from another star system, and it refuses to conform to our expectations. We are discovering that there are things between the stars that we couldn't have predicted, objects that exist in states we are only beginning to comprehend. This isn't just an anomaly, it's a fundamental challenge to our understanding of the universe's basic building blocks. No, this doesn't happen overnight, but on the grand timescale of the universe, it is unfolding in less than a heartbeat. Our entire species evolved under a sky that we perceived as stable. That illusion has now been shattered within a single generation. The data is irrefutable. Our instruments are screaming a truth we are not equipped to handle. We are witnessing an object actively and violently changing its own physical state as it carves a path through our solar system. We are like primitives who have stumbled upon a fusion reactor, utterly lacking the context to comprehend what we are seeing. So what do you think 3I Atlas is? A natural wonder or the prelude to something more? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more cosmic mysteries.